Maybe my voice is I'm a little bit under the weather right now. But
What's the week been like for you?
pretty good. You know, coming off a tough loss. Just important to stay 1-0 this week. Really learn from the experience.
They got that 24-hour rule. How do you what do you do in a time when you suffer a loss like this? How do you process that in those 24 hours? Like, what's your how do you go and approach that?
Well, you know, it's really important just not to overreact. You know, at the end of the day, that's part of football, wins and losses. And you know, we're fortunate here to not have many losses, but you just got to use it as a learning experience. You got to go back, not overreact, watch the film, see what you did right, see what you did wrong, just correct it, and then, you know, really have that growth mindset that coach talks about.
Is that a personal thing that you do with yourself, or do you reach out? Is there anybody that you reach out to, maybe just like a mentor or anything like that, or?
Personal, in the tight end room as well. We kind of get together. We kind of, you know, really learn together, piggyback off each other, critique each other, just really grow as a position group.
What was practice like today? What was the team's response?
I think it was a really positive response. Great weather today. We came out there flying around, had a good physical practice. You know, a lot of guys getting assignments right. You know, we got some good stuff going in this week, so I think it was really good practice.
CJ was talking at the end of the Georgia game about the Sharks. Can you tell me more about that? Like, where did that nickname come from? And
so we got a couple of guys that like to play some poker. So just kind of poker sharks. But at the same time, you know, we kind of swim together is what we like to say. So it's kind of more of a mentality thing.
Who's the best poker player in the room?
Oh my goodness. Adam Thorson, by far.
Who has the best poker face?
Ooh. I'd say me. I think I'm pretty hard to read.
What have you thought about just the tight ends involvement in these last few games?
I really like it. I think we're growing within the offense, especially in the receiving game. But you know, we're always going to have our impact blocking because that's what we do. We embrace it. So I like the direction that we're headed. I'm excited for the rest of the season.
how important is your job with a quarterback like Jalen, where not only do you have to have those outlet passes, but like you said, you're blocking a lot. He's running on the perimeter. Mm-hmm. Does it increase the importance, you think, of your job?
Yeah, definitely. Just because the run game is so dynamic with him, whether it's a read option or whatever, it's always multifaceted. So we got to have our head on our shoulders, and it really allows the quarterback to kind of extend the run game, if you will.
Your guys from South Carolina. Do you know a lot of guys on this roster?
Not from back home. I mean, other than Monkel, transferred from here. I think that's the only one. I think Colin Bryant, he used to be here as well. But other than those two, I don't think so.
Did you grow up Gamecocks or Clemson, or who'd you root for growing up?
I got family that's both. I was kind of always more of an NFL guy. I always liked the Panthers growing up, but I never really got too big into college football. Obviously, I watched it, but wasn't a diehard fan.
How do you feel about the Bryce Young situation?
Same situation as here. You take a loss to Vandy, you take a temporary loss, get put on the bench. You just gotta learn from it, grow from it. That's the biggest thing. Happens to the best of us.
Thanks, CJ.
Thank you.
Robbie.